Ben Johnson just drew a line in the sand about Caleb Williams. And if you're a Bears fan who lives for Sundays, this is the moment you circle in red because the tone from Hollis Hall just shifted from "let's see" to "we're building around" what this kid does best right now. Welcome back to Bears. News Fan Report, smash subscribe, drop a like, and lock in with us because tonight we read between the lines, we take you into the huddle, and we show you why the head coach's words aren't just compliments. They're a blueprint for how Chicago is going to win when it gets tight in the fourth. Johnson didn't dance around it. Calling plays for Caleb is fun. And not because it's easy, because it's different. He said he doesn't have to be perfect on every call. Doesn't have to manufacture a wide-open first read on every snap. Because if no one is there, Caleb takes it. If not, he's already getting the 2 and 3. And when the picture blurs, that off-script juice turns a broken play into a knife cut. That is the pivot, Bears fans. For years we begged for structure. Now we have a coach marrying structure to a quarterback who can color outside the lines without breaking the picture. And here's the part that should give you goosebumps. The staff isn't flipping a coin each week. They're calibrating the balance game to game. How much is timing? How much is extension? Because this isn't a one-speed offense anymore. It's a dial, and Johnson's hand is steady. Watch the tape, and you feel it. The footwork is quieter. The base is cleaner. The happy feet that used to show up when the pocket compressed, 2 weeks in a row, they're fading. And when the Cowboys game turned into a laboratory for this new identity, the result hit like a bell. 0 sacks, a clean pocket for long stretches, and a rookie quarterback living in the pocket on time, on rhythm, throwing with conviction while keeping the threat to escape holstered until absolutely necessary. That wasn't luck. That was protection meeting trust, trust meeting timing, timing meeting a scheme that finally breathes with its quarterback's heartbeat. You can talk numbers if you want kept clean efficiency, a touchdown to turnover profile that looks like a pro's, the deep shots landing with consistency, but the eye test is the money test. You've watched this team long enough to know when the pocket play is real and when it's a mirage. This feels real. And the best part is we're not cashing in all the off-script stock to get there. We're not telling Caleb to be something he's not. We're building a floor he can stand on so when he does break the pocket, it's a choice, not a survival instinct. That difference is everything. There's a second quiet story nobody is screaming about because it lacks sizzle. Negative plays are disappearing. Sacks avoided. Drives staying on schedule. That's protection. Yes, but it's also processing. It's also trust in the hitch, trust in the drop, trust that the second window will be there if he holds the base and rips it. That's growth, and it's contagious. You can feel the receivers run routes knowing the ball can arrive on time. You can feel the tight end settling into space, shoulders square, asking for it. You can feel the play caller taking deeper shots from structure because he knows the trigger will pull on rhythm. And let's make this practical. Think about 3rd and 7. Old Bears. 2 guys get to the top of the route, ball doesn't come out. Chaos. New Bears. First read if it's there. Rip it. If not, reset with balance. Hitch. Second window. If the edge wins late, slide, keep the eyes up. Find Cole Kmet on the glance. Turn chains. That's the stuff that wins on the road and kills crowd noise. Now layer in the chemistry with a rising WR1B who plays like he's been in this league for a decade. Rome Odunn stretches the field vertically, but he's also a timing assassin on deep outs and digs. And that pairs perfectly with this new on-schedule Caleb. When the safety jumps DJs in breaker, you've got Rome winning on the outside hip. When corners bail to protect against the go, you've got the curl coming back to the ball on time. When the defense finally respects both, you've got play action, max protect, and the shot. That interplay is what Johnson hinted at when he said he doesn't have to be perfect because the spacing and the quarterback are solving problems together. And don't overlook the front 5. From week 1 to week 3, you can chart pass pro like a staircase. Pressure down, clean pockets up, and suddenly you're looking at a QB who went from 2 sacks to 4 to 0. Not because the opponents forgot how to rush, but because the timing and the unit are in phase. That's how you cut a pressure-to-sack rate practically in half from 1 year to the next. It's coaching. It's buy-in. It's the quarterback understanding that a punt is better. Then a catastrophe and a check down on time can be a dagger 2 plays later. For anyone trying to nitpick, sure, the tape still has a couple of spray throws on the move a skip here. A ball behind there, but that's noise compared to the signal. The on-schedule game took a step, then another, and you can feel the confidence stack. And when the coach publicly affirms that, that's not puffery. That's a message to the locker room. We're not babysitting a prospect. We're building a plan around a professional. That's an energy shift. It pushes the receivers to own landmarks. It pushes the line to keep the halo clean for that extra half count. It pushes Caleb to finish the drop and cut it loose. Let's talk situational ball because that's where good turns into great. 2 minute. Johnson is trusting the quick game, leveraging Caleb's fast eyes to get to number 2 when the robber jumps the slant, stealing 8 yards in a timeout. Red zone. We're seeing more high-low stresses with a QB willing to take the boring dart at the pylon if the back line fade doesn't win clean. 3rd and short. The threat of keepers and boots is now seasoning, not the main course, which means when we do pull it, it hits. And then there's the deep ball this year. The accuracy lives, not only when he's pirouetting out of chaos, but from stable platforms. You want a hallmark of growth? Stop measuring highlight throws and start measuring routine explosives. Those are arriving. Pull back and look at the arc. This is what we all said we wanted when the hire was made and the card was turned in on draft night. A coach with a timing-based system who could teach structure and still unleash playmaking. A quarterback with generational outside structure gifts who was willing to become a pocket killer. The marriage takes time. The ceremony was in the spring. The vows are being lived on Sundays. And yeah, the slate toughens. Domes can make you honest, road noise can stress your communication, and a couple of FC defenses will spin the pitcher post-snap to test whether Caleb truly trusts his feet. Good. Bring it. Growth doesn't happen in a scrimmage. It happens when Max Crosby is a step away, and you still hit the dig at 18 because the base was right, and the eyes didn't flinch. That's the leap. The defense? They've carried their own weight, and then some, but let's be honest. Availability has been a roller coaster on the back end, and that's the tension that makes Johnson's comments feel even bigger. If the secondary is thin some Sundays, your best defense is a patient, efficient offense that bleeds the clock and finishes drives. That's where sack avoidance and negative play avoidance become complementary football, not just QB stats. And for the prove it crowd, you're right. It's September to October football, not January. You climb one rung at a time, but you also have to let optimism breathe when the film says breathe. The film says the kid is calmer. The film says the plan is clearer. The film says the play caller trusts the quarterback to be on time first and be a superhero second. That's not hype. That's architecture. So here's my read, and I'll own it. Ben Johnson's tone tells you everything about the Bears next month. Expect more snaps where the first read is leveraged to open the second, because the staff believes Caleb will get there on schedule. Expect the shot designs to come from structure, not desperation, because they believe the protection and the trigger can create explosives without chaos. Expect the scramble game to be a club, not the bag, because they believe they can win before the structure breaks. And expect Romo Duns to keep trending from promising to problem, especially on those deep overs that punish. Single high when DJ or the backside speed clears the corner. Most of all, expect Sundays that feel professional. That's when you know a program has turned. You stop asking whether you can hang. You start deciding how you'll win. If you're still here, your family drop a sub, toss a like, and share this with a friend who still thinks our rookie has to play backyard ball to be dangerous. He doesn't. He can. But he doesn't have to. And that's the point. My opinion, straight up. I'm buying the growth. I'm buying the coach QB synergy. I'm buying the idea that the Bears can be an explosive offense from the pocket while keeping the off-script button ready for when a drive needs a heartbeat. I'm not crowning anything after 3 weeks, but I am telling you this feels sustainable because it's built on timing, footwork, and trust, not just adrenaline. Your turn. Are you buying the leap? Are you seeing the same poise? Give me your prediction for Vegas, Chi or LV down below, and tell me which piece of the offense you trust most right now, the line, the play calling, or the QB's decision making. I'll be in the comments, like always, and we'll chop it up like we do after every game. Bears News Fan Report is the new home field. Let's pack it.